200k Saturday, baby. Let's roll. So it's 7 AM on a Saturday morning, and I am going to join a ride that leaves Richmond Park and heads to Henley, which is about 130k. Obviously we head back. That's the Beeler Syndicate ride. Beeler is actually the guys I do my Swift racing with. And they're hosting a group ride. Problem is, I don't live in London. So I am waking up early, cycling to London, doing the 130k ride with them, and then cycling home. So it should be a fun one. Get to meet up with a good crew, and also it's quite chilled. Not a race, not a sportive, just a good solid day out. And Henley is beautiful. It's back near me, but it's beautiful. Also today, we are going to be testing out my bike radar, because the route that I'm taking up to London is not the normal route. When people do a bun run, that's not the quickest way to get out here. The quickest way is taking the A4 down past Heathrow, which, if you know those roads, that's a fast road, dual carriageway. So the best thing you can do is be prepared. So we're gonna have a quick look at the IGPSport SR30 as a radar and give you my vote whether I think you need one. Right, big day. And of course it's summer in the UK, so it's raining. All in all, if we tick everything off, it'll be like a 220k day, which is exactly what I need at the moment. This rain, however, is the exact opposite of what I need at the moment. Good morning, Dorney Lake. Now this is the A4 into London, and it's early in the morning, which means it's less busy, but cars tend to go a bit faster because they have clear roads. Do you need a radar light? Is it important? Well, I've been using one for the last month. No, I don't take it out every time. I don't grab it every time. But knowing I'm on a road like this, I thought it might be worth taking. And the reason for that is it shows you cars approaching from behind. If you want to get in and out of London, the A4 is simply the quickest way to do it, but you do go past Heathrow. It's a fast dual carriageway. I mean, it's super quick. It's actually quite nice. And obviously it's dead flat, so it's a really quick road, but in terms of safety, probably not quite up there. Nicer than going on the A404 down outside Marlow though. Oops. The traffic lights are a problem. Other than that, this is the vibe of the road. I love it. Early morning smash. 45, 50k an hour. We've made it to Richmond Park on time, early as usual, because the fear of being late. Probably got enough time to get London's most overpriced coffee from Coluccio's. It's over £4 for a coffee, which is ridiculous because it also tastes like crap. Anyway, they've cornered the carbon bike market and they're going to make the most of it. Hopefully it'll brighten up today, but if I'm honest with you, I don't think it will. Why would it? It's July in the UK, in England, midsummer. Why would it be sunny? It's not terribly cold though, it's quite nice. Looking forward to today, big one. good group, sit on some wheels, enjoy it, try and get my legs back, try and get my enthusiasm back. That's the important thing, get enthusiastic about it again, because we've got some bikes to build and we've still got plenty of rides to do before the end of the year. Richmond Park, baby. It's nice, but it's not as nice as the actual countryside, let's be honest. I take it back, although I do hate myself. It's £3.60, not £4.
I don't think anyone new is going to come. I also don't think there's much of an intro needed, but we're going to Henley. We're not that many people, so I'll try first to be in one group. If somebody's dropping back, I'll always stay back and stay with them.
So we are off, leaving Richmond Park 8:45 in the morning on a Saturday, and it's nice to see a bunch of guys that you've kind of met on the internet. Sounds a pretty weird thing to say, but it's nice to meet a bunch of guys that you've seen on Instagram in real life. And Fede here, Federico, who is also running the Wheeltop EDS TX group set. It'd be nice to have a chat to him about that. We have a brand new Factor Ostro van Gen 2 here with Princeton wheels. Beautiful. Good group of boys today, all boys, as is often the case with these London cycle groups. We do need to get a few more women involved, I think, somehow. I don't know how we do it, but good group. Carl has done his pull on the front. He's told me he's happy to sit back here for the rest of the day, as is tradition. Get it in early, one and done. So we finally made it out to the countryside, which is now lovely. The London part and leaving London is always the worst bit. Then I welcome them out onto my country roads, which is really nice. Really solid group of boys. The list of Instagram names is, to quote a certain 80s movies, long and distinguished. Please fill in the blank after that if you know it below. So there's 12 of us, 12 boys, quite a lot of watts. It's a good day out. And here's Federico enjoying the English countryside.
Beautiful, it's glorious, as we say.
So we've made it to Henley and the festival is on this week. So it's going to be busy. I do love this little town. And the boys got a bit carried away, putting the watts down, coming into Henley. Now anyone that comes to Henley, chocolate cafe is lovely because it's by the river, but if you want coffee and cookies, Berry's just up the road is the one. Federico put in a big pull as we came into Henley. How did that feel?
I have to do it. I have to do it just to show if I can still wear this helmet and be relevant, because my main concern is that I'm too old for the...
Sometimes you got to show the kids, right? Sometimes you got these 28-year-olds.
Absolutely, and I'm
put them in their place.
51, definitely. I do have my age gap, but I try to still keep it up.
Oat latte, obviously it's the London lads.
Always oat milk.
Oat latte, anyone?
Thanks. Oat latte.
That's that! She said it about 6 times.
Oat latte.
to Henley without stopping at Berry's to get a £4 cookie. But it is Nutella, so hopefully it's worth it. I think Henley gets the seal of approval from the London boys. What's our plan now, Crumb?
We ride a tailwind all the way to Richmond. 60k.
We do get a tailwind heading back to London. And then I get a headwind again as I come back home. So from Henley, we've got Remnant Hill. We're going to hook a right, go past Velo Life, I think, and then country lanes back to London. And we're going to let Tom, who pulled us out here, pull us home. Little puncture, tubeless brake. This is the opportunity for everyone. No doubt we'll have the conversation between tubeless and tubes. But if this seals, then that's count one for tubeless. If it doesn't seal, count one for tubes. So that little section from Henley to Windsor was a nice little smash. A couple of pulls, 4.5 watts per kg, and it's started to take its toll, I will say. But really good group, and you know, just reading the vibe. Guys at the front doing what they do, just nestling my way in at the back, riding the train back to London. But yeah, I think once the city boys get out here and realise there's some nice straight roads without potholes, they just get a little bit excited.
How many Ks do you want?
130. Taking the cruisy route into London now. Thank God for the traffic, because it slowed it down, because these boys have been pulling at 4.5 watts per kg all the way since Henley.
Love it.
So one thing I haven't spoken about is the SR30 radar light, which I have to say I've really enjoyed today. It's been nice to have. It's not something you guys need. It's nice to have. In the peloton, still picks up cars coming from behind, which is handy, especially if you're two up and you're on the outside. Seeing a car approaching from behind on your radar lets you know not to sit too wide, you know, with the road surface and holes maybe. Also, the other time I find it really useful was this morning, just doing a solo ride on a fast road, because the faster you go, the less inclined you are to sit in the gutter. So you sit out a bit, hold your position on the road. So to be able to see a car coming is handy. Just clicking through 160k for the day, which is quite nice. But now we know that we've got to head back. So I should be over 200k by the time we're all done and dusted anyway. Right, we're 170k into this. We've got to turn around. I'm going to go back home now. We're going to figure that one out in a minute, because we need to refuel. But that was great, 100%. So even though this was a Beeler ride, a Beeler Syndicate ride today that was organised by one of the boys, I've got a feeling that these guys all know each other. They all ride pretty regularly. So I'll tag as many of them below. And if you ever want to go for a smash out, I'm pretty sure these guys all ride together most weekends. You can always reach out and just see whether they're doing something. So even though this was a ride that was organised, you can always, I guess, they're always welcome. They're a really nice group of guys. 5 out of 5, 100% would recommend. I don't think I took one pull today, but don't tell anyone that. So I think the guys are, I've got to cycle home, but they're all going to go for pizza at Dynamo, which is a cycling cafe in Putney. which sounds absolutely great at the moment. If my car was here, I would 100% do that. Carl, thanks for the pulls. No worries. You, at one time you were like, you went for a pull, and did you hear me shouting? Yeah. No, no, no. Also, quick update on the tubeless puncture. Held up perfectly. So everyone that likes to get in the comments about tubes and tubeless, that's a tick one. You know, it's always a horror story with tubeless, except for today. Win. So while I take down my lunch, let me give you a quick rundown on the SR30. So it weighs 68 grams, which isn't the be-all and end-all of weight. It's the lightest of the radar lights, but there is only like 2 or 6 grams difference between this model and like the Garmin model and the other models. It can detect up to 8 vehicles, which I found quite handy, because when you're in a group and you're riding, like I said, if you're a little bit on the outside of when you're 2 up and you might be like drifting a bit far out because of the potholes, to see that maybe there's a car behind just lets you know not to go too far, like don't drift too far towards the center line. So I did find it handy in that situation. It has 6 modes, various modes, but the only one that the one that I found the most interesting was today. I had it on the no flash, so no light whatsoever, just a radar light. And because we're riding in a big group, I actually thought that was quite handy, having that mode, because if you're riding in a group, you're not flashing a light in someone's face. There was no light whatsoever, but the radar was still working on my head unit. So I think that's probably one of the handiest modes if you're in a group. There are various intensities, various flashes and whatnot. I didn't get too many false readings, but every now and again, you know, you'd pick up a cyclist coming up from behind or something like that, which again is fine. I didn't focus on it too much, like I don't use it exclusively to determine what's behind me, still looking over my shoulder and whatnot, but I did find it, or I have found it useful. I found it handy to have. I'm not sure I'd cry about it if I forgot about it. You know, I don't think it's like a need. You know, I don't think it's like a cycling essential, but as an extra tool, it definitely makes me feel a bit safer on the road. Oh, and it has a sleep mode as well, so if you stop and you go into a cafe, it will go to sleep after 2 minutes, and then it'll automatically wake back up when you cycle again. That's my piece from IGPSport. They have kindly provided me this for free, so I'm basically just giving you the feedback based on my experience of using it for like the last month. I'm grabbing my lunch now, and it's 3 o'clock. I'm gonna smash this down and then just get this ride done to get home. Chicken and halloumi shawarma. So morale is high, but it's time to get out of Dodge. We feel good. 50k left, no, 45k left, I think, given that we have to get home a little bit longer than the way that we came, because I'm not going down the A4. And we're 175k at the moment, but life is good. Let's make it through the traffic and get the hell out of London. Just over the 200k mark. We're going to celebrate with some Coca-Cola and some Percy Pigs. 15-20k home, not far outside of Windsor now. Cheeky little shortcut, cut through Windsor, over the bridge, Eton, home. And I'll also add party Percy Pigs, are my go-to, not the classic. Controversial, huh? Quite simply, nothing on this planet hits like a cold Coca-Cola on a hot day on a ride. Literally, whew. Oh, that's so good. Right, let's get home because I'm bored today. I've been out since like 7 AM. Game over, baby. We made it, 215k. I'll probably round that up a bit for the video title, but it's great to have a day out where things just go right. We had a few hard sections, had some easy sections, then we finished off with 45k of headwind solo on the way home. I'm also going to finish off and say this thing has been pretty useful. It's got 150 meter radius, and I'm not the kind of guy that's going to stand on the side of the road, point it down the road and wait for cars to pass and tell you whether it actually is 150k. GP Llama will do that. Go and check out his videos. He does that all the time and he's good at it. What I'm going to do is just the real world use of this. Every time I look down, you kind of see a car. I've turned the audio cues off because I don't want it beeping every time a car is behind me. But I can look down. Maybe you're checking your watts, maybe you're checking your speed, or maybe you're checking or maybe you are checking like the map, and you'll see that there's a car behind you. You have anything from like 4 to 12 seconds of notification before the car passes you. It's useful, guys. It's that is useful. So you get 150 meters. There's 4 things on it. I've also realized that if you use it on the mode where there is no light, it flashes when something beeps up, which is quite handy. So when it picks up a car, it will flash. Win-win. So car sees you, it sees the car, then the car sees you. Bueno. Guys, 215k. I feel good. Those Percy pigs saved me. That's probably it for today. Really enjoyed riding with the guys. Again, I've met another group of cyclists that, you know, when you turn up, you feel a bit anxious about. All absolutely safe, really nice guys. I'd love to ride with them again if they'll have me. If they'll have another YouTuber in the group. Guys, thanks for sticking around. I will see you on another one soon.